Time is 6 p.m. 9 of April 2022. Uh, until now, that hasn't issue with police, and but absolutely I am waiting and uh, never lose to trust to human and God. And maybe absolutely I said I have Twitter and many issues I described more and more, and has issue with something number natural, and after word natural plus number I put my video in اینجوری نشون میده آدم خدا پوف in Twitter. Uh, that I am waiting and absolutely never lose trust to God and humans everywhere. I have so much pain with tongue, with teeth. Unfortunately, totally they destroyed the legs, especially, and that was started from Iran to insert chipset, at least in Iran, I sure. And, like my marriage has been had been planned with Iranian regime. Totally to plan to come to Germany, I had issue with visa and looking Arbeit Zoker. That was my visa, and all of information I put on the Facebook. But unfortunately, for example, for issue to come to, totally planned. I got visa from Tehran legally, totally. سفارت بوندس this that was totally to legally to give me visa for looking for job, and unfortunately I came to call and totally said you have a political issue, you couldn't I have absolutely in my Facebook and totally my document, original document in Brussels, lost something, has been stolen, had been, has been stolen on the street 4 months, about 4 months before I came to Netherlands. And for example, I totally for some months, 2 months or 3 months to look for a job, but they said no, you couldn't. And I made for one time to the first time that was, for example, to get contract, but they said you are in in Bundes in Auslander. They said after issue with my. I said I want to write, for example, book as a worker. What is your problem? I want to work totally in like to write the cheapest salary, but After I had issue, for example, political, and you couldn't, and totally without to uh, precise for my visa. The first they said you couldn't, you are engineer, you couldn't work in, for example, worker as a worker in cold Germany. I said I want to write, for example, and absolutely, for example, you can, for you have issue with motion study, anything to write, and absolutely that is makes great. I not exactly my mean was to write absolutely for my reason, main reason to work. I lost absolutely with plan my little money, and my destroyed that situation. I couldn't come back to Iran. Totally issue with divorce and everything to torture absolutely me and poor my family before in Iran. And as I don't know what this poor has issue, I never contact. But if you had a problem with me, what is the problem with my poor family? So I want to hint about something issue with soldier. They say at the moment, I said, please don't go to the public for this obese care. I said never care natural. But that is for me is something to issue, and absolutely I must, for example, more and more to must inform absolutely human, if I can, a little humanity, if I can. That is my absolutely my mean and my mission. But a soldier, after, for example, especially more than 100 years, with this hobbies has been started from Germany after destroyed natural industrial Saturn, but also that was a delusion of industry. I say again, like this Saturn has died forever, over forever. Alhamdulillah, thankful of God. What kind of a mail you have? Stupid of, absolutely. That is my refuge. So, uh, this is my situation. I wanted to uh, take a refuge, and absolutely I have issue with my discoveries, and I'm waiting, and many issues, as you know. But again and again, never lose trust to human and God. So for these hobbies to integrate themselves from Germany to especially plan for, absolutely they need energy, and to make, for example, in this delusion of industry, affordable autos, missiles like airplane, and unfortunately, I never homolate natural in industrial infinity great struggling of human to make a prosper. Absolutely never. I am totally nothing. But as you know, they started from Germany to plan, as I said, with absolutely separated religious like Jewish, unfortunately, Zionist, and absolutely horrible Christian to make disaster, as you know, at the moment you see Putin and Biden and hero, poor Ukrainian, but I didn't see, fortunately, here as a. So that was an issue for human. That was a plan for Middle East, especially Middle East. I say before I totally describe why, and absolutely, you know, Barjam from OB, special OB heart variant is called Khamenei. The totally heart variant for them because, for example, some more than I think 10 years ago, like this, more than has issued to expand this Satan OB picture on the public in especially West Europe and North America, but has issue with the US because more to hide integration. My mean is never be human again and again. And to expand it via the heart variant. To provide at least nuclear cake, yellow cake, it has many variety. That destroyed it, at least, you know, this climate, the infinity great of God, unfortunately, at least. And many torture of this issue, at least what by with poor own people, not non-own people from, unfortunately, miserable and miserable poor people everywhere, West Europe and also America and US and anywhere. And you can imagine what what did and what do hobbies with Middle East, especially. I wanna and absolutely after this destroyed Hitler, they did to plan and to make industrial delusion of industrial, I say again, Satan to be alive from this historic and absolutely, and more to absorb power, money, obedience, poor, to hug at least, especially some last years ago, hug 1 million people. Totally, you understand what I am saying. So, soldier has issue with naturally to makes absolutely great natural soldier for yes, some issue abnormality and you can do it. But when this integration you have totally, as I say again, with the corona issue to disclose this obese to the world, thankful of God infinity, again and again. Natural soldier and freedom, yes, absolutely. When your brain in brain situation, not original in brain, and what kind of issue has now at the moment to devour of any power nuclear and makes mass uh, genocide, homicide, and everything's mass killing, mass killer of any equipment, war equipment. That is what kind of issue naturally to go to defense your situation. But Obi's expanded on the and never care naturally. I say again and again. Natural, yes, hero, freedom, hero, and like this infinity great. And as you know, when your brain in brain and your original in not makes your original this to steal at least more and more, kill people and destroy the many lives and bring hobbies more and more to make your situation. But that has issue, and absolutely you have a system problem. I say it again and again. For example, you in injustice situation, you need to solve at least this situation, and has issue to, for example, make your salary, your financial issue, and any issues, your justice. If you not at least panic with this obese corona limitation, horror with nuclear Ukraine, and everything's as they can, they did and they do. So that is your situation and financial. If you have absolutely home and auto and like this, you can, and absolutely you want to solve this situation. You can go to, for example, I say go to poor African and makes your great and cheap situation, and you have any uh, financial, not much, but for example, 100 euro until 100,000 dollar and euro, pound, and like this to uh, until up is to go to investment and it's infinity great cheap situation, more resources, and what and makes your at least brain with not be this situation to be activated at least. And other poor people, they have to come to, for example, this system problem totally, they have to come to West and makes infinity great to take a refugee immigration. I say again that has issue to be legally. I don't want to mix, for example, as you struggling and absolutely the save of your family, your you, and exactly true to make yourself alive, to make a great human. What kind of issue? For example, poor people, Ukrainian, to close the uh, uh, boundary, to close the, for example, country, to make destroy them as for hero, not before look like before to make a laugh. You couldn't. I don't want to make it deep, and human knows better than me. God bless human. Natural humiliation, never humiliate natural humiliation. God issue. But that was suddenly I did it, and absolutely I must. But that is issue for. That's God bless you, man.